So here we have Speedster's Star. God, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. This is my 16 hand 4-year-old thoroughbred gelding, and this guy is just a super cutie. He just has this sort of like pony like air about him to me. Just his face, his expressions, his cute little ears. And he is a very, very simple horse. I mean, I think, whoever has this horse when you go to take a lesson or work with your trainer, I think the number one thing that you'll probably be hearing is more leg, sit up and more leg. I mean, he's just quite a simple type of horse. I've sat on him now a handful of times. This is the first time that we're trotting and cantering over poles and things. I have, pretty much every ride on him. We have spent some time walking over all sorts of different varieties of poles through canter cavalettis and trot poles and whatever poles I have laid out that can be easily walked over with no consequences should they make a mistake and do whatever silly thing baby horses are going to do. He's done it. So he's already walked over dozens of poles, which I always just think sets them up for the right mindset. He doesn't think it's going to be a big deal. And that was just goodness, that was just absolutely perfectly adorable how he just popped over that and landed in such a cute balanced canter. I always think that when we're doing a jump school, really any ride, I guess you could apply this to, but especially with jumping, when it's going quite boringly, that means it's going very well. He is just totally unfazed by everything. That was very cute also. So we're halting here in the corner because I have that pilot poles on the Cavaletti is like right up against the fence, and it turned out that it would have been sort of unfair to ask him to turn and jump that. It's fine there over the left lead, but like coming off the coop and turning right around the corner, that he wouldn't be balanced enough for that. So we ended up moving that, but he did just canter over it really cute to the left. So nothing wrong with that spot. It's kind of hard to tell because the camera angles behind him. It was a little bit long, but that's fine. I mean, they have to learn how to jump confidently out of all distances. And of course, they're going to experiment with every distance. So actually, that was a much better spot, more to the base, a little more punchy. You gave me a little wiggle left, right, but if you just sort of keep your leg on, this horse is going. And then that was very good there. So then here we halted, and I think after this we moved that pile of Cavalettis. So really, the one thing I can pick on about this horse is he to the right, the left is his naturally easier direction right now that he finds favorable. And so when he's going to the right, where you see sort of like that weakness to the right come in is in the right canter, he's just kind of pretzels his body, gets a little bit crooked. And so the reflection of that crookedness through his body is that he's just doing like a little head twist in the right canter. And you'll see as we get towards the end of this jump school, he gets more tired, obviously. And then you see a little bit more of the head twist come into play. And so that's just strength. He needs to get stronger. He needs to get more comfortable over using his top line more effectively, finding some right flexion, but he'll get it. There's no use, over picking at it. I don't want to make him anxious about working to the right. So especially today when that is flat work is not really the focus. The focus is, having a confident school over these little things. I didn't want to pick at it today. But so right there, that's what I'm talking about. And actually, it's not even a right lead thing. It's literally a going to the right thing. So it actually doesn't matter if he's counter cantering or he's on the correct right lead. It's just going to the right. He's just not quite as comfortable. He's just not as confident, I guess is the right word. And it's pretty typical that that's the case. I mean, it can manifest itself in several different ways. And for him, that's how it comes out. Eventually, his right canter is going to match, or when he's cantering to the right, is going to match how lovely that canter is to the left. And God, he just nailed that jump on the center line every single time. He was so good out of that short turn. Was very good. So now I think we're going to come to the bigger flower box for the first time. You can see my dogs lurking around in the background. He was such a good boy to go. I mean, I don't think he ever considered not going. He was always going. He just wasn't quite sure about the footwork. And he definitely should have put in one more step before that, but that's okay. I mean, he was honest. He made a super effort. So we're just going to come around and see if we can get a little bit better spot, more to the base. Kind of the same thing happened in the canter. I mean, he just left a little bit gappy. So we're going to come around again and see if we can get a little bit closer. And then that was absolutely perfect, and he jumped it so well. All right, so now we're getting towards the end of this ride. I know he's getting a little bit tired at this point, and we've made some of the piles of poles are now cross rail, so it's getting really big time now. We've got actual X's. Good thing we didn't do a lot of warm up because he gets pretty tired. You would think like these horses are, he's fit. He just came from the racetrack. He has a bunch of published works, but it's a different type of fitness that we're asking them to use here, and he just does not last that long right now. So more leg, his theme, more leg. He always jumps that one super well. That's like his little confidence building jump. Can tell he's getting a little tired here because going to the left, he's doing a little head twist. But actually, he jumped that so well, and it was just the absolute perfect distance that I wish I could always come up with. It's a little bit gappy, but absolutely nothing wrong with it, and super good boy. To me, he just feels like, he is always going. He maybe doesn't understand quite the techniques or the footwork all the time, but he never feels to me like he's like looking for a way out of this. Sorry. That was very cute. Coming to that one that time in the trot, he had the footwork just right. I think we're coming up here to our grand finale pretty soon. So he jumped the crossroad really nice. He knocked it down, but that really doesn't matter at this stage of the game. I think he jumped that one really nice too, but we just didn't have the camera on in time. So then we're just going to come back to the one he knocked down the last time just so that he can end jumping it confidently without knocking it down. And he did. That was actually really, really cute and perfect spot. So yeah, he was awesome. I mean, just super, super simple horse. Just quiet, keep your leg on, and kick in the direction that you want to go.